You know what that means? It means I should be alive. And you know what that also means? I have no topic. That's also a good thing.
How many people actually does have that? Hold on, I'm gonna reach check on the rolls really quick.
What, the podcast role?
Yeah.
I have no clue. To be really honest with you.
Oh, only 7 people. Huh.
Alright, so to start things off, welcome to the podcast. I'm here with a guest. His name is Jasper. Say hi. Say hi.
Hello.
Finally, dingus. We did not do a podcast last week due to stuff that was really going on in the world of the New Light Ministry. I don't want to get into any details, but we are back and ready in action. We do apologize for not having anything within the week with the podcast and the ministry service. So we are very, very sorry. But we are back in action with everything. And also, I want to be able to thanks for the follows, for those who have followed me, the New Light Ministry, of course, that I have not said it during the ministry service. So, thank you, Lana, for following me. If you ever hear this, thank you very much. Nat Bowditch. If I am pronouncing your name right, cool. If I'm not, then please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. But thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. And what is our topic today? Well, your neighborhood friendly Jasper will tell you what the topic is for today.
Wait, what? Hold on, don't put the topic on me now. I'm just a guest. I don't know, but like my internet may go like bad connection and things like that because there's currently a thunderstorm over here. So I still will be able to connect.
Well, we're dealing with the winter storm over here where I'm at.
Yeah. So you said it'd be closed for throughout Thursday and Friday?
Yeah, well, school's been closed since Monday because we had a winter storm Sunday and it's supposed to get another one, a second wave coming actually tonight. And we're supposed to be getting into the single digits again.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, we're down south. We're not even up north. Like, we're down south.
Wait, no way.
Yes, way. Like, if you look at Texas right now, it is cold.
Oh, Texas. Okay, I was about to say.
Like, we're down. Like, No, I'm just saying we're usually south and usually don't get snow around here. So. But hey, there is a big thing that's coming in. A Nintendo Direct! Jasper, are you hyped for it or do you not care about it?
I honestly did not even know that was a thing until now.
Flips tables. Exit room. No, I don't have COVID. Dang, he's been coughing a lot. He might have COVID. Why is he doing this podcast?
I don't know, man. That's kind of sus.
Hey, man. Yes. Do you have a Nintendo Switch, my dude?
Wait, me?
Yeah.
No, I don't have one.
Do you plan on getting one?
Not really. I mean, I'm not too big on like consoles except for any game basically on PC, I guess. Because I used to play on consoles like that. I used to be like somewhat of a big PlayStation fan, but I played like Xbox games as well, and that never came up to mind. Like, and long story short, I'm just with PC now. Like sometimes I will go back and play games on those consoles. If I do decide to get one, but yeah.
Wow. Wow. Well, anyway, we're finally getting a Nintendo Direct because we didn't have any last year. We had mini directs, we had partnership direct, we had Mario directs, we had Pokemon directs, but we didn't have a full-fledged Nintendo Direct. And we're finally having one tomorrow, which I am super thrilled. I mean, I could probably record and do a reaction on it if y'all want to see that. But I'm a big Nintendo nerd, kind of at heart.
Ah,
So like this is something that's been a long time coming, and plus it's supposed to be 50 minutes long. Usually Nintendo Direct are about 30 to 40, but they're extending it to 50. I think it should be longer because we had to wait long. That's just me though. That is just me. So
what do you mean
what?
by that? Would it have to be like 50 minutes long, like the setup time, or?
No, the whole video, the whole direct, all will
Oh,
be 50 minutes long.
hold on.
Yeah, but we haven't got a full fledged Nintendo, and so far the leaks are starting to kick in. People are saying Splatoon 3. Like, I don't know about that. But it did said on their official Twitter that tune in February 17th for a Nintendo Direct live stream featuring roughly 50 minutes of information. Focus on available games like Super Smash Bros. And other games coming to Nintendo Switch in the first half of 2021. So
Oh, that's what
really,
you posted about at that Nintendo gaming thing.
mm-hmm.
Ah, okay, I see now.
Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time for me. So what am I hoping for? Well, I'm hoping for they'll talk something about Metroid Prime 4 finally and Breath of the Wild 2 finally. You know, that's been like there's no release dates, there's nothing in the 35th year of Zelda. Like I'm hoping they do something the same thing like I'm gonna show on stream right now. Where is it? We got this for the Mario
Right.
35th anniversary. The Super Mario 3D All Stars, which includes the 64, Galaxy, and Sunshine, which is a cool little collection, if you ask me. To celebrate the Mario, I wish they had like a little color booklet, but there isn't. Don't know why. But they did also came out with Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury and other things like the 35 Battle Royale and everything for the to celebrate Mario's 35th. However, what I'm hoping for them to do with Zelda is the same way they did with GameCube, because back in the GameCube day, you could play every Zelda game up to that point. There's no bullcrap,
Wow.
nothing. Like they came out with the anniversary thing, I think it was called, and it's compilation. Include the original Zelda, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. However, if you have a little attachment, you can play Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games on there. That little compartment that adds to the bottom of the GameCube. So you'll be able to play like Link to the Past, Minish Cap, Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons, and Link's Awakening, along with the new game that was out at the time, Wind Waker. And then they also had Twilight Princess, so you could play every Zelda game on that machine. And it's been a while since that happened, because I don't think you could do it with the Wii, and I don't think you can do it with the Wii U. But the Switch has been selling very well, like hotcakes. So I am hoping for that. I'm also there has been several rumors. Pretty sure a lot of people heard about this. Is upgraded Nintendo Switch, a Pro, actually, like how they did with the PlayStation Pro and stuff like that. Which
Ah,
I don't know if they're going to do that. Um, I mean, they could. Anything could really go. I mean, is there anything that you expect from this direct?
mm, but then again, I'm not. I would if I had any knowledge on what exactly what is going on or what was going on. I'm gonna take a look back at the article that you gave.
It's not an
So
article. It's basically a video, and it's set into a live stream at that time if you want to watch it at that time.
is
It's
it?
not.
Oh,
It's
it's a
not.
YouTube. Oh my god,
Yeah, you should be keeping up with the. You should be keeping up with the stuff.
I
Just
don't know
saying.
why I thought it was an article. Probably because of the, you know.
And I'm hoping this direct is going to be a big one. They have to do a big one because the last Nintendo Direct that we got was like September of 2019 was the last
Ah,
full pledged direct. So to me, I'm thinking they're going to have to come out with all fours. Like they just launched Super Mario 3D. You know, there's Metroid Prime 4. They said Smash. There's that new Pokemon Snap game that's coming out. All we can think of is predictions at this point. Where's my Metroid Prime HD collection? Where's that, Nintendo? Uh, I'm actually super excited. Super excited. Because Nintendo is finally taking a stance. Because in 2020, like, we didn't even know what games came out. What games actually came out? That was. Well, you had Animal Crossing, which was a big, huge one. You
yeah, that
did.
was pretty big.
I think you had Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, but I don't think people cared about it. I mean, I cared about it. There was the Paper Mario, the Origami King that came out as a first party, and then the 3D All Stars and Hyrule Warriors. You can't forget about Hyrule Warriors. And I think that's about it. They didn't really do anything in 2020, unfortunately. I'm not saying that those games are bad by any means, but usually they'd be popping out games left to right.
I see.
Yeah, that's why I'm super excited about it. I feel like you don't even care about it. Honestly, I'm honestly getting that feeling that you don't care.
I mean, it's not that I don't care about it. It's just it's kind of just like, well, I don't really follow up, or I don't really like, game on that type of platform, if you get what I mean. So it's just like that. I am pretty interested in what you have to say, but it's like, due to my lack of knowledge on that type of stuff, is just I'm just basically taking in all the details.
Well, I'm hoping it to be a big, huge thing, to be honest. Because this is like I said, this has to be a big direct. It has to be like
Mm.
it just has to be. And then you just think of the predictions because I'm a big Nintendo person. I love Nintendo as a whole, and like I said, it's been so long since we like have a direct. Oh, also I forgot something. Crash Bandicoot, the fourth one. It is time. It's coming to the Nintendo Switch finally. That is something I'm definitely picking up. I totally forgot about that on my radar. I don't know if you play the Crash Bandicoot games or not, but like
I
that
think I
is.
played it when I was over at a friend's house or a cousin's house. I don't remember either or, but I think I did play one of those games for like a little bit.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't play the fourth one because I don't have PlayStation or Xbox. So I'll be able to
Hmm.
finally play that game. I do have the Insane Trilogy, however, wonderful game. I can actually show it. I have it for the Switch. Wonderful game. Good game. Same with the Crash Team Racing. So I've been hoping for them. I knew they were gonna do a Switch one, but man, I just want it. But other rumors, like I've been hearing like Batman, like the Arkham series. I don't know if you ever played them, because I haven't.
I haven't either. You're all good.
Okay, cool. Well, I've been hearing rumors about that one too. I mean, that is something. And then you forgot Bayonetta 3, which I'm gonna say this right now. I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for it. I honestly don't care about the franchise. I know you can sharpen your pitchforks and come after me. I do not care about Bayonetta. I mean, I have
Is that
played
what
it.
game?
Bayonetta. There's supposed to be a third one coming to the Switch, exclusive to the Switch. I never played Bayonetta game, however, but it doesn't look that pleasing or like something that I really, really want. It didn't look like something that I just gotta go, oh, I gotta get it. It's just not my cup of tea. And there's still games that I still haven't even got yet, like Astral Chain. I heard some really good things about that. I don't have that. I don't. And I still don't
I
have
see.
I don't have the Mario 3D Bowser's Fury either. I know. I know. There's something wrong with me. I know. But like these rumors, I remember way back someone included a rumor and said Grand Theft Auto 3 is coming to the Switch. I don't know why 3 out of all the Grand Theft Autos. And I don't even know if it's going to be like an HD of it or just a port.
Might as well
And
just add San Andreas to it for the meme.
yeah, I remember the first time seeing it, I was like, this cannot be true. And like I said, it was just rumors. Like people love to rumor stuff. Like
Yeah.
really love to rumor stuff. But this has to be big. This has to be big. What if we actually get Mario Kart 9? Or better yet, what if we get a Mario Kart game? Okay? Like how they're doing with the Smash Bros. Ultimate and have all the races, all the tracks from all the Mario games. Mario Kart games. Every single track included, upgraded, everything.
That'd be a pretty big game, I'll tell you that.
Like usually they include some old tracks in there, but not all the old tracks. That's the thing. Like if you go back and play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you know there's gonna be like Moon Moon Farm, popular track, all the Rainbow Roads, but there's some tracks that are just not on there, and it's just sad. There was one, which one that like I think it was Toad's Turpine. Actually, I don't know if that's on this Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I think it is, but I don't remember. Maybe it is. But I say that would be pretty awesome and epic if they did something like that. Like, I would definitely go out of my way and be like, heck yeah, let me just get into that. Like, let me just, like, there's been rumors about that. Like, there's been so many freaking rumors. And it's just like, and plus, not only that, you have Zelda 35th anniversary this year. Legend of Zelda is 35 years old now. The original NES game. They came out 35 years ago. This year is their 35th anniversary. So they're gonna have to do something like really big, really huge, and stuff like that. Also, another cool thing that I would definitely love to see on the Switch. We almost have all the Resident Evils, except for 2 remake, 3 remake, and 7, I believe.
Hmm.
Yeah, we have the Revelations. Yeah. So we're missing 3 games, and plus the new one, the 8, which I don't know if it'll work on Switch. Even though we have Hitman 3 on Switch, but it's a cloud version of the game, though. So,
Yeah.
that's something. Smash. I'm going to say this right now. If y'all are tuning in and watching the stream, you can see what I have in my hand. And I'm going to tell you something very, very important. This game has not entered into my Switch. And you're probably going to call me blasphemy. You're probably going to say every hate thing. I'm not a Smash person as I used to be. Someone actually told me saying like, get it. It's better. I haven't set time and actually played this game. There's actually a few bit of Switch games that I haven't played yet. I want to get to them, but I just been like so busy with like other stuff, important stuff, very important stuff, like watching My Hero Academia. Very important stuff. So I'm just saying that would be cool as well to see something like that, because Capcom is like, if you think about it, Capcom has been really killing it in almost every Resident Evil game you can get for the Switch. I don't have Revelations, of course. I haven't seen the physical versions of Resident Evil Revelations. But I do have 0, 1, 4, 5, and 6. So, if it's
You
possible, you
didn't
could
play
be a,
3?
they have the 3 remake, not the Switch, but Capcom does, but it never came to the Switch. That's why
Oh.
2 wasn't even in there either. So I don't know. Like I'm just saying, it would be a very very cool idea to do something like that. Very very cool. And then you have the Monster Hunter series. I don't know if you played that.
No, I have not.
Cool. I feel like I'm the only one that's excited for this. Yeah, my teeth look crooked. Haha. But I'm very pumped about this. It feels like I've been waiting for like so long, like really long, and this is gonna be like so many people like have that I have subscribed to has literally made videos on it,
Hmm.
and I'm honestly ready to like really see what they're gonna do and what they're gonna do with this direct. To me, it is a very very big thing, very huge thing. And with me saying that, I'm now out of topics. Hey Jasper, you got something? Maybe that you're excited for?
Wait, what?
Do you got something that you're excited for? Or something that's coming out?
It,
That
um, not really, to be honest.
what? What about the Minecraft caves and cliffs?
I didn't even know that that was enough. Like, I don't check for updates regularly. I just wait, until like, oh, they're just like, oh, an update, yeah, an update to Minecraft is being installed or something like that, and then I just read the change log and things like that. So
You sound like
yeah,
a
I'm not
very
really too much of a
yeah. You sound
a
like a
person that
very yeah. You sound like a very boring person.
I pretty much am.
Well, get good.
Oh wow.
Get good. That's what I always say. Get good.
Okay, scrub.
um, let's say I'm trying to think of something. Trying to think of something. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
but
pretty hyped for the direct, but other than that, like when I saw that this morning, I was pretty stinking hyped for it. Like I am hoping that like we already have the NES little not mini, I already have the minis. But like we have the Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, and Link to the Past because of the online SNES category thing that they have. But we don't have Ocarina of Time. We don't have Majora's Mask. We don't have the Oracle of Ages nor Seasons. We don't have Minish Cap. Don't have Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, Skyward Sword, and then there was Breath of the Wild. Yeah, no, Link Between Worlds. So if you could be able to put all that, like even if it's just a compilation like the 3D All Stars, if you just put all that, I would definitely buy it. 100%. I'm more of a Zelda fan than a Mario fan. Don't get me wrong, I love this compilation. Like I will say, probably the best one on here is either Galaxy or 64. Sunshine is Sunshine is just there. Not trying to crap on Sunshine, but like Sunshine is good and all, but I prefer Luigi's Mansion. Oh, that's another thing. If we get the first one and the second one also for the Switch, that'd be great. You know what really ticked off a lot of people, Jasper? They remade Luigi's Mansion, and while the Switch was out, they decided to put it on the 3DS instead of the Switch. Yeah, yeah, it was a broad moment. Like that is something that they can do. Like there is plenty of things. Like I'm just looking at my Switch catalog right now. Like there is plenty of things that I can see them. Let's say probably do. Once I think about it, looking at these, because you almost have almost all the good Wii U ports except for the Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD, which I can't think of anything else. I think Splatoon 2 came out on the Wii. I could be
Mm.
probably wrong. But I don't know if Splatoon 3, like people are playing Splatoon 2. That's another thing with the Mario Kart thing. Or they can make that little DLC for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and make it like Mario Kart Ultimate, like how they're doing with the Smash Ultimate. Try including all characters and plus adding more characters.
I see.
Like that is something that they can really, really do. Let's see. Uh, I mean, that's all I can think of just looking at my collection here. I mean, I'm pretty hyped for it. I am
Mm.
pretty hyped for it. That it has been so long. I wish it was today, actually. I wish it was broadcasted now and I could just stream my live app reaction during the podcast.
I don't know if you probably get copyright claimed for that or whatever.
Nah, I shouldn't. Just reacting to it on Twitch.
Oh,
Um, but I'm very excited and hyped for it. I'm a big Nintendo person. Um,
mm.
okay, switching topics. I probably should at least say the reason what happened, or maybe Jasper, since he hasn't been talking much. Hey, Jasper, go ahead and tell the
I
people the what happened to TNL and why we didn't do a podcast nor a service last week.
honestly, I don't even remember. I'm not even lying. I don't even remember. I was just I know about the whole the making a new server and helping out with the channels and stuff, but I just don't know anything else other than that. And that separation from TDC or whatever. But yeah, that's about it. I don't I don't know anything else.
This dude, this dude, this dude,
Hey,
this
to be
this
fair,
this
I'm new. Okay.
this dude, this dude. But we
Wow. Okay.
were okay. So we were merged with a different server. I'm not gonna try to make trash names to that server or anything. I'm still in the server. I still like the server. I still like the owner, Coco. Um, but I think it was just time for us to make a new server, despite of everything that was going on. There was a bit of division, kind of like I didn't go in details of saying it during my study a few days ago. So if y'all want to watch that, go ahead and watch that. But like stuff just went really down south where we couldn't agree on something, and then I was given options. I had to pray on it, think on it. I couldn't really like focus much. That's why I didn't do the service. That's why I didn't do the podcast because it was just getting a lot to me, and I want to be able to pray, talk about with others, and try to figure out how to resolve this, how to, move on to the situation to move it to a better situation. And sometimes you have to do that, uh, with anything to be able to move on. Actually, because even though you think it's a bad, turnout, it can also make it into a good impact at the same time. So, we have officially released the server, I think Saturday or Sunday. and it is there in public. We actually have our own Discord server. We are not merged. Um, I mean, I don't know if I ever want to merge ever again after that whole process, actually, because it felt weird, but but we're back. Like I said, I mean, I can go into deeper details than what I just said, but at the same time, I don't want to put dirty laundry on the internet, if that makes sense.
If that makes sense, and you don't want to put dirty laundry on the internet, you don't want to go, poof, here's my dirty underwear. Here's my dirty shirt. Let me take the shirt off for you.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Hold on, is this the correct podcast that I'm in right now, or
yes. Why do you think that?
I don't know, man. I was just thinking.
Um, but we're sometimes it's best to move on from stuff. Is what I'm trying to say. To everyone that is watching or listening, um, it was just stuff that went down south. Couldn't really agree on stuff, and then we decided to separate and move on to where God wants us to be. And sometimes it is for the best, even though it feels like, you're separating from that person that has been there for you and stuff like that. But honestly, sometimes it's the best. It's not really like I'm still friends with him. I'm still in the server. I don't have any intentions to leave his server. I don't have any intentions to remove him as a friend because he's still, he is still there for me. Um, Probably not as much, but at the same token, at least we're on good terms and not bad terms. So we are fully open as a new server. We're fully here. Um, but the reason I haven't done the podcast service is because it was just getting to me too much where I couldn't really focus the topic. I couldn't really focus on the study at hand. So it was also giving a break to me as a person as well and trying to figure out, where does God wants TNL to be? Where does he actually like wants it to be basically? Kind of was that even though I had to think there for a second. Um But that is the whole picture. I don't want to go into any details, like I said, but there's something if you little something if you would like to know or not. Even though mainly I've been talking about the Nintendo Direct. I mean, I don't know what this dude is on because he can't remember anything, so I don't know if he's high on something.
Wow. Okay.
You know I love you, Jasper, right?
Um. You mean as it isn't like a brother? Then sure, but
Yeah, we're brothers and sisters in Christ. We're a family here. That is what we are. We're actually really a family here.
yeah, I can definitely say for sure that like I usually don't talk and be like you know active in much servers because that sometimes the atmosphere is just kind of off, or you may have your own reasons. But I feel like this is one of the servers where I can actually just hang around, get to know new people, chat, and that's why I'm here in the podcast.
Yeah, just basically trying to be yourself, basically, where you can be able to feel that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Um.
I don't know. Sometimes I just say that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Um. I don't know what to talk about now.
I really don't either.
Good podcast. Good podcast. We're doing good. We're doing good, guys. We're doing good. We are
Yes,
smoothing.
yes.
Yes, we're definitely smoothing in and everything and patching up. Yeah, we're doing great. We're doing good. I mean, nobody came into the chat. Nobody followed. I mean, we're good. Even though I feel like nobody's watching this, and I feel like nobody cares.
You can't see how many people's watching.
I mean, it just says one person because I keep thinking that's me because I have it up.
I think. Oh, well. I mean, the good thing is that you can just go back and just I think that's how it is in Twitch, that you can go back to previous streams or probably videos and just watch them again. So
Maybe. Just maybe. Just a maybe. Just a maybe. Just a maybe. Um. Hey, let's just show off my Switch games. How about that? How about that? Because we've been talking about Switch. Let's just open it up. Are you watching the stream, by the way? So you'd be able to see?
I don't think so. Let me see if I can.
Because I want to see if you can actually watch the stream and see if you can see the games I'm going to be pulling out.
Yeah, just give me about I'd say 30 seconds. Yeah, I gotta open the app on my phone. Oh wait, I don't have Twitch on my phone. Oh well, I'll just probably just watch it from there. Just use the browser. Okay, now I think I'm in now. Yeah, I see you.
Okay, we're good?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
I think he's not watching the part where I was like pretending I have a watch.
Wow.
Alright, so we're gonna go through the Highly Hufflepuff's catalog. First game, Bloodstained: The Curse of the Moon. I don't have to get a Bloodstained game. Unfortunately, here's the back of the case if y'all are interested in that or can really see that. I mean, there's like glare and blur. I don't know. It's basically like the old Castlevania games. Like if you're playing the old like NES Castlevania games, this is it. That's basically what that is. So the next game we have is this is a very good game, and I'm actually glad I have a physical copy of this game. Cave Story Plus. This is like an indie title. It is very good. Platformer and everything. Like this is like a hidden gem because I feel like not a lot of people play it or like really talk about this game, and it is really fun. Say that right now. Then you have another good indie platform. I'm showing a good indie platforms right now. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. This includes all the Shovel Knight games. Yeah. Then they're making like a Cyberpunk or something. Not Cyberpunk 2077. Like this is basically a indie platformer. If y'all don't know that, not. If y'all are watching or just hearing it, I will also call out its names as well. Next one is basically a childhood, and it is a collection of mana. This includes the Final Fantasy Adventure, Secret of Mana, and the Trials of Mana that has never released in the United States. It always stayed in Japan. So we actually had a Super Nintendo version. And speaking of that, a remake came out for Trials of Mana. Where is it? Someone took my game. No, it's right here. Then a remake came out for it. Trials of Mana. So I have 2 copies of it basically. If you want to look at that way. I have 2 copies of it. But this is just the Super Nintendo version. This is like upgraded with all the graphics and everything. That's the only big difference here. Is this one's like upgraded version of it, probably a better version of it, but then you have the old school classic version. So there's your 2 games in one. Be happy. You got this all 2 games. And the game just falls. So I don't feel like getting that right now. Then we move. Then it's on my shelf. Then you have Mega Man Legacy Collection, 1 and 2. However, as you can see right here, pre-owned. Do y'all know what that means? Do y'all know what that means? It means this section right here, this Legacy Collection 2, I don't have it. You know why? Because it came in a download code. And when you pre-own something, that means someone already owned it and already used that code. So guess what? This second half, I don't get it. And you're probably looking at the price. I paid $20 just for this 6 games instead of 10. So it was kind of a bummer. I didn't really know, but I don't mind it. Another childhood game that I always tend to play a good bit is the Disney's Aladdin and Lion King. However, the only thing that I do not like about this is because they don't include the Super Nintendo version of Aladdin. Like, that doesn't exist on here, which is sad. I would like to see Capcom on here. But these are some great titles, really hard NES games, especially Lion King. The Super Nintendo version not easy, but the more you play it, the more you get better at it. So you can probably say it's Dark Souls territory. And then you have a wonderful another indie game, Celeste. Really, really fun game. I don't even think I should say anything about this game. This is like golden. This is golden. This is like golden. And then you have one of the best Pokemon games, yes, better than Sword, is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I played this as a kid, the red, I think it's Red Rescue Team, and then the blue Rescue Team came into the Nintendo DS. But this, however, is really, really fun, and I really love it. I really love it so much. Then where is it? Then this crappy game. Once I get it, here it is. You see this? Y'all see this, right? Y'all see this?
Mm-hmm.
You see the Pokemon Sword? You see it?
Yeah.
Trash. Gone. Trash. Moving on. I literally just tossed it. Oh, it's over there.
Yeah, I was just looking at it like, I was like, did you just toss that?
Yep, I did.
Oh my god.
New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Some people say it's not worth the $60 price. I never played the Wii U. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I never played the Wii U. So some of these games that I'm playing for the first time, and I actually really like this game. I always don't mind 2D Mario games. Like, no matter what, I always love the 2D Mario games. You know, even though they're kind of done to death and everything, fun Wii U port. It's really fun Wii U port. And then let me get because the game fall, and I don't feel like getting the game, but I got the box right here. This. Because, you know, I got like 32 pack of abs from doing this. I get like 32 pack of abs for doing this right here. All this workout
My
stuff.
goodness.
Yeah, this right here, a lesson from you to me, it'll give you a 32 pack of abs. Not even 12, not even 24, 32. It's gonna be good. But Ring Fit Adventure, I don't know if I can say it's worth the price unless you really want to exercise or if you have kids, stuff like that. Here is probably one of my favorite Switch games that I spent multiple hours on. That I really love this game, Super Mario Maker 2. Despite of what people said, despite of how many people actually got this game, I love this game to the brim. This game is genuinely really, really fun. You get to create your own levels, get to play levels. Like, this game is like kind of endless. There'll be times where you get bored, but there's several updates that will free updates, mind you, that will keep the game good and ready to roll. And then you have another good collection from one of my childhood, Mega Man. As you can see, I'm kind of a Mega Man person. Even though I don't have 11, I think that came for the Switch. I don't have the 11 nor the collection, but I have the X and CX. And I'm actually proud to be able to have this. I remember playing the Zero back on the GBA version, and I love it. I love this. I love those games. Now here comes a traditional RPG game. Probably the best RPG game besides Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Even though that's kind of RPG, but Octopath Traveler. I think it came out on the PC as well. Really, I love this style. I would love to make a game with this style, to be honest. This game is it's golden. When I say it's golden, it's like games that I really, really love. So this is fun. Now, I picked these games a few weeks ago. And these two games, however, I love this series and probably the best Xbox franchise. And I have it for the Switch. You got Switch. It is both of the Ori games. Both of them physical copies. The Blind Forest, the Will of the Wisp right here, which I probably will say the sequel is better than the first one. I'm not entirely sure. I'm saying they're both really good platformers. Really, really beautiful, well made. Like, these are the reasons why I got it, and they're very, 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 very fun. Yeah, very, very fun games. I'm gonna have to fix my Switch things. Thanks a lot, y'all. Also, do y'all see
Wait a
this?
minute. Oh, somebody joined. I'll take care of it real quick.
Somebody join? Oh, verification game. Someone joined. Well, I'm doing a podcast. So, this game right here sucks. Let me just rephrase that. This game, I suck at it. No matter how many times I recreate a character, no matter how many times I tried different and various things, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Doesn't mean that I have stopped playing this game, however. It's been a while since I even played it. But at the same token, it's just too difficult. Like, even for a player like me, and it's just like when you die in the same place over and over and feel like you're not making any progress, you start to feel the rage and feel it mustered up. Y'all already saw E3D All Stars. Another good platformer game, actually, the whole franchise. Let me get the other game. I might have to, actually, I might have to fix this later anyway, so it's no big deal. No big deal. It's no big deal. Where is the other? Right here. Now, the Ukulele series is another good platformer. This is trying to be the Banjo-Kazooie. This is trying to be like 2D. Um, like this is more of a 3D adventure. I probably always prefer 2D over 3D. It's just I don't know if it's just because of the like I grew up with that style. It's just how I am. But I don't mind playing this one though. I really I like both of the games. Like I love, and I hope that they'll still continue to do something with this franchise. Ukulele is very fun, very fun. Now another game that I got that not a lot of people like, I end up liking it because I am a big Kingdom Hearts person. Melody, a memory. When I first saw this game, I was like, eh. But then when they said they were including the scenes from the like from the other games and stuff like that, and concluding like this recapture every game, even though it's just a music game. It kind of recaptured the story of everything that has gone on. It's a really fantastic game. I really like this game. I ain't gonna say that's better than the other Kingdom Hearts games in the series. Um, Try it. It's fun. Now, now we're getting something that I was just talking about literally like a few minutes ago. A few minutes ago. And that is Crash Bandicoot 4. It is now time. The fourth one is coming to the Switch, which I am very you thought the Twitch was broken on your side. um but it is now time finally coming to the Switch, and I've been looking forward to it because I'm a big Crash fan. As you can see, I got the Insane Trilogy and the Crash Team Racing. Now, I grew up with both of these on the PlayStation 1. I would say Warp is the best one out of the three, except for the stupid physics that they included. Ugh. And then you have the best CTR game. So much better. So much. And I can't wait to get, I'm going to get the fourth one. So I'm going to have all of the Crash. All of them. All of them. Now, another good, probably gem, and we're supposed to be getting a sequel called Silk something, Hollow Knight. Now, I'm a big fan of platformers, if you haven't told, and this is a very fun game. Even though mine's probably a little dirty because you can see the yeah, you just feel it and just go. But it's still a fun game. I still like this game for what it is. I honestly really love Odyssey. Um, to a point where it's just this is a like this is a good 3D Mario game. Really good. Collecting the moons wherever they seem fit. I mean, they just put moons wherever they fit. Like, hey, we're running out of ideas. Where should we put it? Put the moon there. Yeah. Let's put it on top of
I
the house.
completely forgot I had push to talk on.
Wow. A game that I have not played yet, and I also got it because I heard very good things about it. Yoshi's Crafted World. Now, someone told me it's supposed to be like the Woolly World for the 3DS. I grew up playing the Yoshi Island back on the Super Nintendo, but I never played the Crafted World. I heard good things about it, and that's why I picked it up, but I have not played it, so I can't tell you how I really feel on it. But I'm pretty sure I'll end up liking it. Now, here's a controversial of all times. Y'all ready to hear this? Y'all ready?
Sure.
I don't know if y'all gonna be ready for this. This game right here is better than this game. Okay? This game is way much better, way much fun than this game. Now, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about if you're just listening. I'm saying Link's Awakening is better than Breath of the Wild. Now, that is a very controversial topic for me to discuss. Don't get me wrong, I like Breath of the Wild. I like there's some things that I liked in the game. But as its core, we forgot about Hyrule Warriors. I also got that game too, so we can include it. I have not played this game. Just letting you know. Hyrule Warriors. So, but I would say Link's Awakening, probably because of me old and like the 8th dungeon. Like the Breath of the Wild, the cooking mechanic sucks. You're breaking your weapons all the time. The Master Sword in this sucks. People give this a 10 out of 10. I mean, it's fine. I don't mind replaying it. But if I had to choose, Link's Awakening. But I have not played Hyrule Warriors. I have not played Hyrule Warriors. Yeah, I heard it's like Dynasty Warriors, supposed to be really, really fun. And the reason I picked up this game because I heard good things about it. So you have all the Zelda games I own on the Switch right there. Another game that I have never played the series. I only played a little bit of it is Pikmin 3 Deluxe. I heard there's a community out there that loves this franchise that will give everything to this franchise. But I just it's more of like a strategy game, like a I don't know how to really describe it. It's like weird. I wasn't thinking it was gonna be strategy based. It's kind of is strategy based. I mean, you control the Pikmin, and they have like different things that they do. That's why there's like blue, yellow, red, and the rock one. They all do something very different. I don't remember what they do though. It's okay. Another Wii port, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Probably not the best Donkey Kong Country in the franchise, for my opinion. I'll probably say at least the second one. Is probably the best one. That's just my opinion, but ever playing it for the first time, I really like it. It felt different from the old one. I didn't play the Wii one, so don't sit there and think that. Another good Switch game, Animal Crossing. Oh baby, oh my gosh, this game is like legendary. This game is like, I don't know, it's just something about this game that is just like, it's this game. That's all I can say. Like you get the great stuff and do everything. It's like better than Minecraft. You hear me, Jasper? It's better than Minecraft. Better than Minecraft. Now, as much as I love the original one, and still love the original one, probably love it more than 3. Really love this game. I'm stuck on a boss battle last time I played it, but it is. I would say I had good time with it. I always prefer Luigi's Mansion, even back on the GameCube. Like, where's my Odyssey? I have to go into. Oh, it's right there. Like, back in the GameCube days, I always prefer the Luigi's Mansion over Super Mario Sunshine. And it's kind of the same here. I prefer Luigi's Mansion 3 over Odyssey. I don't know. I always like exploring it and capturing ghosts. It's just it's just this like I said, even back on the GameCube, I prefer Luigi's Mansion way much more than Sunshine. And I could probably say it here. Not saying that I don't like Sunshine. Not saying I don't like Odyssey. Not saying they're bad games. I'm just saying I prefer this over it. That is just a me thing. This is basically Fortnite. All right,
Wait, what?
all right. Let me explain. I probably should say that. This is Splatoon 2. This is basically a first-person shooter where you shoot ink. It's a battle royale. You fight other players. It's Fortnite. I mean, come on, it's Fortnite with ink.
I
I mean, I'm not.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
I probably should say that. That's probably me crapping on this Splatoon. Okay, let me actually say this. I've never been a fan of FPS. Never have been. I remember playing Call of Duty like way back in the original Modern Warfare days, but I felt like it was just the same. I felt like there was like no difference. Splatoon 2 is kind of fun where it is. Like, I'm not saying that this game is bad. It's just I'm just saying that I don't think I like this game as much. Doesn't mind that I'm gonna pick it up and play it again, but it's just it's kind of there to be there, I guess. All right, we're about to show you more of my childhood here. Actually, we're gonna get done with my childhood. Actually, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, all this is gonna be my childhood. We're gonna go into back in childhood territory. Um, SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. I don't know if I want to say this is better than the PS2 version, the original. Some people said they had problems with the Switch version. I haven't had any problems with the Switch version. So far, it seems to work properly. So far, it seems to be good. I'm really sorry for Dion. I'm not tired. I'm definitely not tired, but I really like this game for what it is. And then I'm kind of a big Lego fan, and I remember playing this like on the I think PSP, the Lego Harry Potter, and this is the full-on collection, years 1 to 4 and 5 to 7, which is I love Lego games like half to death. So I played it as much as the other person. Now we're gonna get into the Resident Evils, which I have the Origins collections, and like I said earlier, and the triple pack. Now, granted, I have never played 5 and 6, even though they're on this triple collection. Um, like the most one I'm about to play that I have played is the original, the HD, which is really fun, which is why I got this in the first place. Like Zero was okay for what it is. The original is just always in my heart, and being able to play that on the go, especially with 4, like just playing that on the go is just it's just something. I don't have the Revelations. That's the only one that I'm kind of missing, and then I'll have the full set with that one. And then you have Final Fantasy. Yes, Final Fantasy is on the Switch. This is way much better than this. No, this is way much better than this. No. Yeah. This is way much better than this. I changed my mind. um, I play these two like so much back on the PS2 days of these games, and I'm a Final Fantasy person. I would love if they had the physical collection of just the Final Fantasy 1 through 6 and just put that on like have a collection of that. Like if we're able to put like all the Final Fantasy games, that would be great. Alright, so we're coming into the deep end of my Switch catalog here. Spyro, I never grew up with Spyro. I don't even think I played Spyro, but I heard it was good as Crash, and I decided to get it. I have not played this. These are games that I have not played before. Smash showed. Actually, I have played this game back on my computer. It's another good platformer. A Hat in Time. Now, this is a really, really fun game. Really, really fun. Like I said, I'm a big fan of 2D platformers. And here are the games that I have never played. Don't know if I will, because they're kind of at the bottom of my list because I don't expect much from these games as much. So we're gonna go 1 out of 1. There's only 2 games left. Marvel Ultimate Alliance Story. I played the first one and the second one. It's just that I kind of died out on it. I heard some great things about this, wonderful things, but it's just that I don't know. It's just that I feel like I have other better Switch games than this, if that makes sense. Even though this is a first party Switch game, you know. So, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and then another one. People love this franchise. I remember playing the first one, didn't even like it that much, and probably wondering, what is that franchise? Borderlands. Now, someone on this green planet, beautiful Earth, said it was like Fallout. And to an extent, it kind of is, with its like gameplay wise, loot wise, and stuff like that. But it's just, I don't know. It's not the cartoon style. It was the kind of like the story. It kind of like, I don't know. It's been a while since I played the first one. That's the only one I played. I only played it for like maybe an hour. I never played the pre-sequel nor the second one. And there is a third one, so not entirely sure, but I don't mind giving it a shot whenever I do. And that is all my Switch games. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. So as you can see, I'm a Nintendo Switch person. You know, if you don't believe that, I actually have a Switch. And I can stream it on my channel if you want me to. I have a capture card. And you can watch me play your Mario Maker levels or something. But that's why I'm super excited for Nintendo Direct, and I'm probably gonna call this podcast whenever this is going on YouTube and everything. Probably just gonna call it Nintendo stuff. Do you have anything you want to say, Jasper, about all the games that I've shown? Or anything you want to say about them? Or have you played any of them?
I literally have nothing to say, but except that that's a pretty good collection you have there. We'll give you that.
I'm gonna see how much I can like actually pick up and show on the, because I ain't gonna be able to pick up all of them, but I can try my best to pick up at least half of them. Maybe. Okay, yeah. This is just half. This stack right here, that's just half of my games. So that should show at least how many games I have.
Oh my goodness. That's a pretty big stack you got there.
Yeah, but that's just half of it. That's the thing.
Oh wow.
Anything else you want to say about my Switch games?
No, not really.
Well, I think we're kind of done with this podcast. I mean, what do you think?
All right.
Alright, well, I hope you have fun with this podcast. For those who are watching or not watching, or those that are listening, whatever you are, this is basically me getting so hyped over Nintendo Direct and kind of think of, for like the first half, what games are coming out, and basically explaining TNL stuff, and also showing my game collection if y'all are interested in seeing that as well. For those at home or even watching this, you can even see all the games. So sorry for my phone. Phone, shut up. Yeah, shut up. Shut up. All right. All right, we're good. I told it to shut up. See, shut up. See, we're good. Um, sorry if y'all heard that, but glad y'all listening in, and we're super excited to be back. If you want to hop into the Discord, we're there, we're here, and also we have this crazy event that's going to be happening probably. Hopefully my power doesn't go out during this winter thing, or we're going to have to push it back. But our TNL Winter Bash, which will have games, movies, Dungeons and Dragons tournaments, small group services. There will be all kinds of fun stuff in there, and it's all free. 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 So, you're welcome to send that out. We're trying to hype it up as much as we can as we're 504 of the TNL. So, Jasper, do you have any less following words you would like to say in this podcast?
Not really much, but thanks to everyone who listened in. We truly, really appreciate it. And yeah, that's basically.
Alrighty. Alright, I will see y'all in the next podcast. Every Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if y'all want to come to the service, that'll be at Saturdays at 7. And we do have a movies in the Discord and stuff like that. So if y'all want to join, just let me know if anybody's watching this. And then I will see y'all next time, whenever that will be. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.